What's up? What's going on? What's good? This is the Boxing Source, and we wanted to catch up on one topic that had been going down over the past few days, and this deals with the welterweight division. As you have the WBO champion Terence Crawford still looking for a fight to have over the next few months. There were inklings that they would have a fight for him over the summer. Yeah, there was some hints that he could have faced Manny Pacquiao, but I never really saw that fight happening. I didn't think that would be realistic given the circumstances from what happened over the past 6 or 7 months in reference to Manny Pacquiao and him, basically having the WBA super title vacated. So him against Terence Crawford, and it wouldn't be a unification, didn't really make that much sense. Plus, the whole thing about the fight taking place in Abu Dhabi, I didn't really think so. So, the other potential fight that could have happened there for Terence Crawford was a fight against former world champion Shawn Showtime Porter. This was something that had been talked about over the course of, last summer. For Terence Crawford before, Crawford ended up fighting Kell Brook and defending that WBO title against Kell Brook. But now it had been revisited, and Shawn Porter was aggressive in trying to get that fight made. And this is as recently as a few days ago where, Shawn and his father, trainer Kenny Porter, went to the offices of Top Rank to approach Bob Arum in reference to making a particular fight. Now, through Boxing Social, Kenny Porter told the reporter there that they went there to, pursue a fight to see if, Bob Arum would make an offer. And on multiple occasions, Bob Arum said that there was no offer for a fight between Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford. Now, one other thing that was mentioned by Kenny Porter is that the WBO, where Terence Crawford holds a welterweight title, they had new rankings come out, and those rankings did not have Shawn Porter as the top-rated contender for the WBO welterweight title. For months, he was ranked at number 1 there below WBO champion Terence Crawford. But as of recently, particularly April, he has been removed from those WBO rankings from number 1 to number 2. And the number 1 ranked guy is Virgil Ortiz Jr. Now, of course, there had been talks between the parties of who promotes Terence Crawford, Bob Arum of Top Rank, and who promotes Virgil Ortiz Jr. in Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Does this mean that there could be a fight between Terence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz Jr.? Now, like I said, you had Shawn Porter as the number 1 ranked contender, but now he's not the number 1 ranked contender anymore. And now it's Virgil Ortiz Jr. So does that mean that, hey, maybe that WBO mandatory title or, spot, with Virgil Ortiz being there at number 1, is the WBO going to name Virgil Ortiz as the mandatory challenger in order for the WBO champion and Terence Crawford to defend the title against Virgil Ortiz? We shall wait and see. But as of right now, the fight that could have happened between Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter has basically been shot down, given what Kenny Porter had said in reference to them going to the offices of Top Rank and Bob Arum, telling them that there is no offer on the table for a fight between Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter. That's what I got in reference to this. You share your thoughts about that fight not happening and a potential fight between Terence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz. And you'll be able to catch more news, notes, and everything through the Boxing Source here on YouTube. And we also have the podcast weekly that will be on iTunes, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever you use for your favorite podcast apps. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.